What's up, people? Welcome to Breaking Boundaries. On here, we're going to talk about anything mental, spiritually, or physical wellness, and we're going to get better together.
What up, y'all?
What's up? I'm burnt, dude. I've been like doing too much, bro, with like yoga and the gym and stuff like that today, man. And I was like fucking like the last 2 or 3 days, bro. I've been like I do 30 minutes on the Stairmaster. You know, at the end of every I do 3 sets of sit-ups and 30 minutes on the Stairmaster. And every time, man, I've like started to walk down the stairs. And I'm like, fuck, man, I go get on the Stairmaster, bro. But I think I need some rest, dude. You know what I mean? There's like to a point where you gotta like, you know, you gotta chill out. And I think I get obsessive. You know what I mean? I get kind of obsessive with it a little bit. So
yeah.
I think I need a little balance there.
I think with people like us, we're so like high strung. We always think we got to keep going. We got to keep going. But you know what, dude? Like rest is like extremely important because that's when you have time. Your muscles grow. You know, you eat your foods, you chill out, you got to have that rest, man.
Yeah, I agree. We need rest. I probably push it a little too far too, but I'm the type that I don't really like schedule a rest day. You know what I mean? Like there's times where I go to the gym 7 days a week. There's times where I go 4 days a week, 4 days a minimum, you know, and usually I'm going in the morning. But if I don't feel drained, I won't schedule a rest day. If I realize that I'm starting to feel drained, I'll schedule a rest day. And like everyone sees that different. I mean, I think the majority of the fitness community say that you should have rest days, but I listen to David Goggins and that motherfucker says stay hard.
Yeah, dude. And I don't take rest days, and I think I just do it because it's like routine. It's like brushing my teeth. You know what I mean? And not only that, but I'm not trying to really gain muscle or anything. I just do it for mental clarity. You know what I mean? Because it feels good.
No, that makes sense.
It brings in those endorphins. You know, physical exercise brings in the same endorphins as the sun does. You know what I mean? Yeah, it brings light into your life, man. So I don't do it to gain anything, but just clarity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True that.
It's a self battle, you know?
Yeah. And working out definitely gains clarity. You know, I agree with that. I don't think, like you said, working out is specifically for physical health, right? Like I think, and from what I've seen, and like not just what I think, but like what I've seen and my experiences with people is when you do work out, you're not only more physically fit, but you're more mentally fit. I know that when I go to the gym and then I go do something that takes some cognitive power, that I do a lot better cognitively if I go to the gym or I've been exercising than when like I've just fallen off and I haven't gone to the gym in 3 or 4 days or whatever. And then I try to do something that takes some sort of mental cognition. Right. So I agree. It definitely, is for the fitness of your brain as well.
Yeah, dude, listen, man, it's the cure for everything. You're depressed, do some push-ups. You got anxiety, do some push-ups. I'm telling you, dude, like it is the cure for everything. Your lady left you, you lost your fucking job. Do some fucking push-ups. Start there. I'm not saying doing push-ups is going to solve the problem, but what I'm saying is that start there, bro. And it's going to give you the mental clarity from whatever that you're going through.
I agree. I know when, you know, when I've gone through breakups, that's actually like, that's what got me to start going to the gym in the first place, was going through like a horrible life experience where you feel like everything's falling apart.
Same.
And I'm like, I'm going to go to the fucking gym and fight some demons, dude.
Love that.
You know?
Yeah. That was my only way. At one point when I was in my addiction and my lady, you can't see the kids, you know, I'm living outside and like dude, I was going through so much emotional pain. And I've said this before that like, it was the first time in my life where, you know, I had to face my emotions. And I knew that I wasn't going to go pick up a drink. I knew that I was like, fuck, I'm not going to go drink. I'm not going to go get drugs. How am I going to get through this? So like, I felt like my only option was to go to the gym. And that's when I just started fucking crushing it, dude. For myself though, not like, I'm not trying to say that in an egotistical way, but I just went in there and just crushed it with all my might, dude. And it's like, I started realizing after a while, I'm like, damn, this shit happened for a reason, and I get to use this as my fuel now.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Cause you can really push yourself when you're at the gym, right? So like when maybe you used to use substances of some sort to get by, which really wasn't getting you by, right? It was just stopping your brain from being able to think properly. So it masked it. Yeah. But at the gym, you can push yourself, and like, I feel like I'm high at the gym.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's what we all get afraid of too sometimes. I mean, I can speak for myself. It's like, damn, how far do I want to push myself today? It's that fear of feeling fatigued later at work. But I find for me, the more I just like keep crushing through it, and then you start finding ways to get through that fatigue. And then it starts kind of leveling out, and you start reaching like new levels of whatever fitness you're trying to accomplish for yourself.
But and here's the thing too. And it's like you lie to yourself, or you know what I mean? That little thing starts telling you to quit in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the fact of the matter is, dude, is that when we're physically done, we actually still have 20% left.
Oh, dude.
Like it's scientifically proved we still have it, but our bodies and our minds shut it down on purpose. It's a mechanism, right? A protective mechanism, and it shuts it down, but we actually have 20% left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I believe it's all, because I know what you're saying. It's like, oh, I don't want to be fatigued later. It's like, fuck that, dude. We're fucking strong, bro.
Dude,
we're built different, dude.
And
you know what I mean?
that's how it is. Cause like when I'm in the gym, like sparring other guys and stuff, man, you literally reach a point, I feel like I'm going to like die or pass out. And it's like, okay, am I literally just going to give up right now? Because I can't breathe. I'm so fatigued. I'm done. But you have to just override that somehow and just stick in there. And it's just amazing what your body can do, because somehow you might just end up on top, and you never thought you would, just because you just hung in there and just fucking rifled through.
Yeah, and you feel great afterwards. I do it with jiu-jitsu like almost every time I go there, man. Every time I go there, I'm like telling myself like, oh fuck, or oh this or that, or oh if I get hurt and da da da. You know what I mean? I go through all that stuff too, you know. But what do we just do it?
Yeah.
We just take action. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I like you just said, you ask yourself like, yeah, am I really gonna give up, right? And like, I think the best part of that is when you go and you work out and you get to that point where you feel like you're going to give up, and you're like, you realize, fuck no, I'm not going to give up. Like I don't have to give up. I'm stronger than that. That starts making you stronger in other parts of your life, right? You realize that you're not going to give up in other parts of life too.
Yeah, it carries with you.
Yeah, for sure. So you're boxing, you're doing jiu-jitsu. So how'd you get into boxing? How'd that start for you?
Oh man. Well, it started on the streets back in
the Bronx.
Back in the 90s
with Mike Tyson.
Definitely started off with a lot of street fights back in the day, the way I was living my life. So I was like a known, like, hey, a rowdy guy, we're gonna fight type of dude. The way I lived my life before, but besides all that shit, first time I got into a gym, I was 22 years old. I'm 38 years old now. And, a good friend of mine, Tony P, his stepdad, he boxed over there at the PAL in Oxnard. And he's like, hey man, you guys want to go to the gym? And I'm like, oh hell yeah, dude. I've always wanted to go to a boxing gym. So, you know, I went in there, he trained with me for a while. And then, dude, I just loved it, bro. It was just my thing, dude. I just kind of had it naturally, like off the bat. And then I just kept going. But the thing was, I could never stick with it because I thought I could keep drinking on the side, keep partying. And like, so it was always a thing for me of just like I would fall out of it. I'd get back into it for a couple months, and then I'd fall out of it for a while again and get back into it. So, finally a couple years ago when I got clean and sober, I've been at it just nonstop. And if I'm not in the boxing gym, like I'm either on the streets or at the gym, or, you know, I just train myself. I'm just constantly just shadow boxing, doing my thing and just getting in that ninja mode.
The streets, you mean in the streets working out? Yeah,
in the streets. I'll go sprint up hills and just shadow box and just do my thing, you know, just fucking let it out any way I possibly can. So Dude, it's been the best thing, man. And just being around other fighters and stuff at the gym, it's been an incredible experience, man. You meet the coolest dudes in there, and so many doors have just opened in my life because of it. So
That's great, dude.
I really think boxing, and it's just been a huge inspiration in my life. Just for me, because in when I go in there, it's just me versus me. Like that's all it is, It's just like how far can I push myself? I've always had that like just savage type mentality, just like for whatever reason, like, okay, I see myself as a fucking ninja and I just want to fucking bring that little kid ninja out in me,
Right.
and it's so fun too, dude, because I put on my headphones and I just get in the zone and just fucking think of combos in my head and like just dude, it's just an art and I freaking love it, bro.
And you're competitively boxing now, right?
I've had one. Yeah, I finally had one amateur fight a couple months ago.
Okay.
Didn't get the win, but man, it was an incredible experience.
But if people don't want to competitively box, like would you say it's worth it going to a
dude,
boxing gym?
absolutely.
There's other things you can do that you're not fighting in the ring, right?
Just the workout itself.
There's a whole crew, in there over there at Knuckleheads, and man, a lot of them don't compete, but man, they're a bunch of solid guys. They go in there, they do all the classes, and man, those dudes are just getting in shape, just feeling better day by day. It's just like you don't have to box and just compete, dude. Boxing is like, man, it's to stay healthy. I'd highly recommend to go box if you're into that kind of stuff. It's like the cardio is just like incredible. Strength and conditioning, man. It just opens up a whole new bunch of doorways in your mind of like, oh shit, I can work out like this, and oh my god, I could do that, because you see people doing stuff and you're like, oh shit, that's possible, holy fuck, and then kind of grows from there.
Right. What about you, Carlo? Jiu-jitsu?
Well, jiu-jitsu I just started about 6 months ago with my boys, my two sons. So it was more of like a something for them that they didn't want to do, but I'm going to make them do it. But I'm not going to ask them to do something I won't do myself.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at first it was like, it's people, when you look at jiu-jitsu, man, there's a lot more to it. You know what I mean? There's a lot more to it. Like there's a lot of, memory, remembering things, moves, because when you're sparring, dude, it's like you tend to forget things. So for me, it was, what I liked about it, dude, is getting roughed up. It's humbling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's humbling, dude. And it feels good to get rough. My feet are all cut up, dude. My arms are all bruised up, and it feels good. It makes me feel alive. You know what I mean? And it makes me feel alive, and it's humbling. And I think for men, it's good, man, to get roughed up a little bit,
Absolutely.
And so that's what I get out of that, man. But I do a lot of stuff, dude. I do yoga, I run, the gym every day, of course. I love running, man, because running is like my key. I don't need a gym, so if there's something going on or something or if I'm in a negative vibration, right. Or if there's something where, my emotions aren't right, I just fucking hit the pavement, dude.
That's right.
And it's gone. And that's why I know boxing, right? It's gone. You know what I mean? You have so much, and you feel amazing, man. Amazing. So I could compare running to meditating, yoga, or any of those things.
Oh, it's an absolute meditation for sure.
Dude. I mean, that's pretty much all I do all day. like I go to yoga, I go running, I go work out, I go to jiu-jitsu, man. I was asking, because I started coaching my kids basketball, I'm doing that. And I was like, man, because I really want to get a horse. I want to start riding horses, but I'm like, dude, like when I'm talking to my son yesterday, like, why do I do all this stuff? I do a lot. So some of it's like routine, you know what I mean? Because I'm so used to doing it, but I don't know. I'm just like we talked about, I'm just like, go. You know what I mean? Like go.
I love how you love horses. It's made me like horses more, dude. I'm like, dude.
I love fucking horses, man. I told you I took you to go see my horse.
It was so awesome.
My new friend, bro, that I talked to, dude. Like, so I went up there, man. We went on a hike with my other friend, dude. And I met this horse. I used to ride horses when I was a kid, dude. And then so I took my kids up there and we went horseback riding, and like it's going down. Like I'm gonna get a horse, but I gotta like let go of a couple things, but I'm not willing to let go of any of it, dude, because I feel fucking amazing, bro. I feel amazing. And mind you, the more amazing I feel, the more opportunities come into my life.
Yeah,
Right.
You know
absolutely.
what I mean? The more things coming into my life, the higher my vibration is. So literally, like, that's my job, my business, my trading or whatever. That's not my job. It's getting on the right vibration, and then I do those work things.
Yeah, exercise.
Love that. Yeah. So I personally haven't really gotten into like any sort of martial art or anything like that. I've thought about it, but you know, I'm just not sure if it's my thing. But you know, I was sort of thinking about hitting one of you up, like just getting in the gym and hitting the bags a little bit or something, like show me a little bit. But I was running a lot for a while, and I did a couple 5Ks, did a couple 10Ks.
Nice.
And I was training for a half marathon, and then I hurt myself. And this was close to a couple years ago. And so when I hurt my knee, I got worried to do anything with it. And now, like just now, I'm starting to realize like maybe that's in my head. Maybe my knee, like it was just dislocated. It's not like, you know what I mean? And so like, I think that was in my head for a while that like, oh, I can't do anything heavy on my knee, you know, and now I'm realizing. So like, I've been mainly lifting in the gym, but one thing, because I haven't been like running or like, you know, doing heavy activity that involves my legs. Like I learned how much I could do in the gym, even with like just weights, you know, that gets my heart rate going. Yeah. So I've been trying to do more of that. And you gave me that advice, like, dude, do some freaking cardio. Right. Absolutely. And so I really learned a lot of like exercises that I can do, like lunges with weights and like, you know, burpees and like all these things that I never really did before. Yeah. Cause I was like, oh, I'm running. That's enough. Right. And so I've learned a lot more in the gym as of late, and it's not been just like going in and bench pressing or like something like that. Right. And so, yeah, it's kind of cool to like learn new things that, you know, I can do that are active. But I've also been like, I've been getting back into like doing things that do put a little weight on my leg. I've been doing, you know, back into you know, making squats part of my normal routine, and like I deadlifted 185 the other day, and that was pretty good for me. So that was pretty cool.
So Alan, what got you? So I never even knew that you were working out until about a year and a half ago. I looked online and I was like, oh shit, little Alan's up in the gym, dude. Hell yeah. Cause I knew you didn't work out before that. Right. Mm-hmm. So let me ask, what got you motivated to get into the gym? And what keeps you going with that, and what are like your main goals while you're in there?
So a while back, I had a life-changing experience. My relationship changed. You know, everything in life changed, and I won't get deep into that, but just my life changed a lot, and I wasn't working out, and so I started going a little head crazy a bit, like. You know, I wasn't feeling super great every day about life. And I saw some fitness influencers, Bradley Martin being one of them. And like it's weird to say, but honestly, like watching YouTube videos was like the first motivation I had, right? And I saw various people on the internet talking about like, dude, like what we were just talking about, working out isn't just for your physical health, it's for your mental health too. And like the more I like started kind of watching this kind of content, I started realizing like, maybe that's what I need, right? Because I was just spending my time watching this content, sitting in my room by myself, watching content, wasting my life away, you know, just wasting my days away. And I'm like, man, I need to get out and do something. So I went to Anytime Fitness and got a gym membership, and
sick.
And then I got in the gym and I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. So I hooked up with one of the trainers there.
Dope.
And worked with a trainer for a little bit, and he taught me a lot. And that's how I really like learned about like when you're lifting, you want to make sure you're isolating the right muscles, and like, you know, I remember watching fitness content. A lot of people talk about like push-pull splits and things like that. And this trainer taught me like, dude, if you're not going to be in the gym every day, try a full body workout, right? And so I've gone back and forth with push pull splits, full body workouts, but like that really made me realize like there's no limitations to exercising. There's no limitations to working out, and I started to enjoy it. And like I'm not gonna say I've been like steady all this time with it, but like, you know, I over time I finally learned the importance of it, and now I'm pretty die hard about it. And I'm not this big old dude. I mean, I'm shorter than most dudes, you know, and like, you know, I'm not all ripped and shit like Carlo over here, but you know, I feel healthy and I feel strong, and, you know, I feel like I'm on the right track. So, yeah. And so my goals are just to stay healthy, right? Like I don't have this certain goal that I want to reach with like, oh, you know, I want to be able to lift this much, or like I don't want to cap myself out anywhere. Like, you know, and so my goal is just to be healthy, stay physically healthy, stay mentally healthy. And, you know, and the gym is somewhere where I can go and be in that environment where, you know, I feel good, you know, just doing something good for my body. I love the atmosphere of just being around people working out. Like you go there and there's no judgment, right? And like you see people of all different shapes and sizes, and it's like, you know, you look at those people and you look at someone who might be a little more out of shape than you are, and that you know lightens my heart. I'm like, sometimes I see I'm not like super in shape, but sometimes I see someone more out of shape than I am, and I'm like, man, this is a beautiful sight. Like you see these people in here putting this work in, and they're not just sitting around wasting their time away. They're in here doing something good for themselves.
Dude, I love that, bro. Listen, when I see somebody in there that's in a wheelchair coming in there, do you know what it's probably like for them to come in there in a wheelchair, man, and to see all these other people and them in there getting it? I'm like, dude, fucking right on, man.
Just killing
or when
it.
you see those videos of those guys that were like 300 pounds and then they fucking bring it down, or if I see somebody that's super overweight there and they're really fucking trying, fucking right on,
amazing,
dude. Right on,
yeah.
dude. That's what I'm talking
That's
about
what it's
here.
all about.
It's not about where you're at or how you fucking look, but the fact that you're do you know what kind of demon that is to fight, bro? People that overeat and have issues with food, bro, that's the same thing as addiction. And so when I see them fighting and fucking doing it, not talking about it anymore, and they're in there, I fucking love seeing those people, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. I saw
sick.
a guy the other day come in, and his leg was in a cast and he's on crutches, and like, you know, and I looked at that and I'm like, damn, dude, that's die hard. Like
fucking gangster,
mad
bro.
Admiration for that motherfucker,
dude.
you know? And you're right. That is a beautiful sight to see for sure. For sure. Yeah, and like you said, like food is an addiction, man. And the foods available to us now are full of chemicals.
I know.
Like you go into the store, you can buy frozen foods with all these chemicals in them for like super cheap, but you got to go pay $4 for a freaking organic apple. You know what I mean? It's like
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then. And I think that was purposely done because now we have all these processed foods with all this MSG and all these additives and these preservatives that make us addicted to the taste. You know what I mean? And like when you think about it, that shit probably doesn't even taste good. It's the chemicals making us think it does. And it's addictive. Eating horrible foods becomes addictive.
It is absolutely.
It definitely does.
Bread, sugars. I mean, here's the thing too. It's like if you're going to go to the gym and you're not going to diet, it doesn't make sense.
I agree.
Yeah. You know, there's you know, people, if you're gonna go to the fucking gym, work your ass off, right, and then come home and eat fucking, you know, 2 Big Macs from McDonald's, don't go to the gym, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, don't even waste your time.
I think there's a lot of people stuck in that too, because they think, you know, and it's just it's kind of sad because, you know, they're at the gym, they're you know, they might be overweight, they're really pushing hard, but they're not too knowledgeable about the food they're putting in their body or how important it is. So they go back home and they just smash on whatever they want, and they go back to the gym and they're not seeing any results. It's, you know, diet is key, man.
Especially drinking, bro.
And drinking alcohol.
Like they go and they drink and people that I talk to, and it's like, and when they ask me, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, do you drink? Yeah. I go, well, that's it.
Yeah.
Do you drink soda? Sodas and alcohol. I know this other guy, he quit drinking sodas and he lost 15 pounds.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the fucking worst.
I haven't drinking a soda in like 7-8 months. Dude.
Yeah. I don't drink soda
I don't drink
at
soda
all.
either.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I don't want to discourage people by saying like, oh, if you're, you know, like I totally agree. Like don't like go all in, man. Do good for your health all the way around. Like, but if the gym is where you start and you're still eating a little unhealthy, still start the gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's steps.
Get in that mental mindset that that's not going to be enough. Gym and diet go together, just like Carlos said.
Absolutely.
You know, and you know, start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. You can't do it all at once.
Just fucking do it. You know
but
what I mean?
have the mindset of I'm eventually gonna do better and better and better. Not just I'm gonna go to the gym and work out and then treat myself like shit the rest of the time.
And that's and you said the key word, dude, mindset. It's like it's hard sometimes when we don't have the right mindset behind it, you know? I ran into a guy at the gym the other day and he was like, "Oh, hey man, yeah, you're looking good, Tony. You're looking incredible, man. It's good to see you. But hey, we're not like all these youngsters in here anymore, man. You know, and then I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever, bud. I'm like, I don't think like that, bro. Like in my head, I'm like, dude, I'm getting younger. I'm stronger than that 20-year-old dude that I used to be, and I'm gonna keep getting stronger. I'm gonna get faster. I'm gonna get quicker. I'm gonna run further. And like, you got to keep that mentality, because if you don't, you tell yourself, oh, gee, I'm 40 years old. I'm getting old. And then guess what? That's what you're going to be. Yeah. It's all mindset.
And that's what people do. They talk themselves out of it, right? And they talk themselves down, and that creates aging. You know what I mean? Yep. They say, fuck it. I'm 50. I'm going to eat whatever I want, and I'm going to smoke cigarette, and I'm going to do this or that. You know what I mean? And I get what you're saying. I love when people say that, because it motivates me.
Yeah.
Don't say I'm old, bro.
I don't think I'm not like capable,
dude, because I'm fucking unbreakable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm unbreakable, dude. I'm trying to live till I'm 120. That's why I eat right, man. Like longevity. I want to live a long time, man. And when and what's funny is I'll tell people that. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm trying. They're like, oh, why are you so healthy? It's because I want to live a long time. I got a lot to do. I have a beautiful life. I love my life. And they're like, really? I'm ready to go now. You know, so if you're ready to go now and not happy, there's an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? There's an internal issue with that, right? Because life is good, man. I want to live a long time. I got a lot to do. You know what I mean? And that's why health is important to me.
Yeah. Definitely.
And I feel great. And you know what I mean? I feel great, and I'm active, and I can play with my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Fitness, boxing has opened doors for me and my kids. My kids are they see what I do, and they're obsessed. Every day I pick them up from school. Dad, can we go to the park and train? Like my son, Salem, he just turned 6. And dude, he is just a natural, incredible boxer, dude. Like he just watches me, but then he's got his own style. So he just like already knows what to do. So like that, just me putting my effort into my fitness has just like grown onto my kids, you know, my son and my daughter Eden. And it's been amazing. And they're incredible athletes because of it, dude. And they constantly just want to train and get better. And they ask me, they're already asking me questions of like, what should I eat? What do I eat before I work out? What do I eat before? I'm like, dude, these little kids are asking like, I've never even heard a child ask those questions before. It kind of just blows my mind, dude. So it's just been incredible.
And do you know how good that is, bro?
It's so sick.
Do you know how good and so there again is an example of what we talked about, that you're not telling your kids to eat healthy, you're not making them work out, but you just by leading by example. And you know what that started? I mean, imagine if we were working out when we were kids instead of doing the shit that we were doing, right?
Exactly.
And so I'm not telling my kid go to gym. I'm just being me. Exactly. I'm just being me. I'm being me. I'm working out and going yoga. I'm doing my things, and they're watching, right? Because they do what they see, not what we tell them to do.
Yeah, and that's why I make time no matter what. Like no matter how busy I might be, I make sure I at least go for a run or at least do something. Because I hear a lot of people say like, oh no, I got a lot going on. I'm too busy to work out. It's just like, no, you can make time to work out. Anybody can make time to do it.
It's fucking
that's another mental barrier, an excuse.
Mental barrier
that holds people back. Mm-hmm. And you can totally break through that. It's just you just
have to do it.
Got to flip it. Yeah. Yep. Do something.
So what would you guys like giving people advice, like where you meet someone, they're overweight, they're feeling like shit every day, they're on all these medications, they don't work out, they don't eat healthy, where would you tell someone to start?
I'd be like, bro, life is beautiful. People are depending on you. Don't you want to be happy? You know what I mean? And it starts there. Like, cause it makes me sad when I see people like that. I'm like, it's not, I see people, I'm like, and I just shake my head. It's not that I'm judging them, because I understand why, you know what I mean? But I'm like, dude, it's pretty much depressing, bro. When I see people living like that, man, I'm like, bro, like, don't you want to live? Like, I don't think people notice there's this beautiful life out there, and there's so many opportunities and so many great people and so many great things, but they don't think that they're capable, because their subconscious mind is programmed that this is all there is.
Right.
So they don't know that they're no different from anybody else. It's a split decision, you know? So I would start there and be like,
start with mindset.
Yeah. Mindset, you know, inner work, man. It starts there. Like, you're not going to want to go to the gym or want to eat healthy until you start feeling better first.
Absolutely.
You know, that's where it started with me. It's the inner work, you know, and I'm going to say it time and time again, as long as we do this podcast, it starts with inner work, man.
Before it starts with just building a routine too. Cause a lot of people I talk to, oh no, I can't, or, oh, I have this. I'm like, dude, it just starts with going for a walk. Day 2, walk a little bit further. Day 3, walk a little bit further. Day steps. 4, start jogging or something.
That's
you know, come back,
push-up.
add some push-ups in, and, you know, just get your blood, dance around, jump around, get that blood flowing, you know. Dude, just dancing alone and just jumping around and stretching and doing yoga and just breathing, just doing weird shit like that, like, actually is just incredibly good for your health. And a lot of people don't realize that, but a lot of people are starting to catch on, man. And there's tons of people doing it, man. Like, there's people in there who waited till they're like 60 years old to finally start getting into shape, man. Now they're at yoga classes. I see them at the gym, and they're just killing it, bro. It's that mindset, dude. You
just got to say enough is enough.
Yeah.
Enough is a fucking enough. I'm doing this shit. I mean, I'm not fucking happy with my life. I'm not happy with the way I look. I'm going to take some fucking action today.
I heard this one time. If you don't like the way you feel, then quit doing the things that make you feel that way.
You know what? I think I may have heard the same exact thing you did. Was it like a clip or something you saw?
It was an old counselor, dude, from some rehab I was at. And this guy was like a freaking Jedi, bro. Like, I swear, every time before he would talk, he would speak, he'd go like this, and I'd be like, oh shit, what's this fool doing? He's dialing in right now. And then he'd just be like, boom, and just start sending information out, bro. And that would just blow me away, dude. And that's one of the lines he said that stuck with me. I was like, damn. And it's so simple too. I'm like, if you don't like the way you feel, then quit doing the things that make you feel that way. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit.
I love that. I think I heard something similar. And that makes a lot of sense, right? Like you got to start with just not doing the shit that's bad for you. And like, don't get me wrong, I don't mean like take everything away from yourself all at once, you know, like start adding things into your life like that. That's my advice, is like, start adding, like you said, taking small steps, start adding to your life before you start taking away. Right. So like, you have an issue with eating unhealthy, start adding the good foods and then start taking away the bad foods. Because once you start adding the good foods and you start liking those foods, it's going to be a lot easier to take the bad foods away. But if you try to take it all away at once, right, it's easy to fail. It's easy to, and like, when you're changing these things about yourself, when you're trying to get yourself more fit, healthier, eating better, you're going to fail a lot. Like when someone's brand new to it, I know I did. You know, you're going to fail a lot, right? But every failure is the next step towards success. So, you know, so I say add the good things, start adding the good things. And for every 2 good things you add, take 1 away, right? Yeah. And start replacing those bad things with good things.
Baby step, one step at a time.
And you got to build yourself up. You know, you can't beat yourself up about those things. That never worked for me. Like beating myself up or like trying to eat just salads the best thing that worked for me was counting calories. My son got me on it, was because I wasn't deprived from anything. I could eat chocolate, I could eat a ham, I could eat whatever I wanted, right? So your mind, your subconscious mind, and not only that, but just like anything else, you're so used to eating like shit for so long, you can't just switch your mind all of a sudden and not do it anymore. You have to gradually work into it, and definitely not beating yourself up, because the more you beat yourself up, the more you're going to eat like shit.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But like you said, 1 push up, 1 walk, every time you get a little win, it starts building your confidence up.
It does.
You know, you start little wins. Try to win every day at something. If it's physical, try to win. Just small wins are going to build up to big wins, and it's going to build your confidence. And not only that, but once you start eating right and you start this physical like journey, you don't want to go back.
Yeah.
You can't go back.
Yeah. I think it's incredible too, because like what we were saying about our kids, you know, they're already catching on. They're doing things on their own, like young, right? And you know, they're young. They haven't done drugs. They don't drink, you know. We all three of us, you know, I've known you guys my whole life. We all come from a background of alcoholism, drug addiction, heavy stuff. And we had to learn how to get out of that. And we had to learn all these things, like, you know, the hard way, but it did its thing. And I'm glad, like I said, we can use it as our fuel now. But how about those people that are just like born, you know, they don't do it all that and they're just healthy and they just start kicking ass like right off the bat. I love seeing that shit, dude. And that's what I want for my kids.
That comes to generational trauma being healed.
Yes.
That's why, because they're the karmic stuff in their life and that somebody healed it in their bloodline. Boom. And that's why they were born. They came doing it. And by the way, we are changing ours.
That's what we're doing.
We're changing ours.
Absolutely.
Our kids aren't going to live that life because we changed ourselves and we fixed ourselves because we weren't selfish anymore. Yeah. Right. And we started taking care of ourselves. And now we're changing the trajectory of the future of our children.
Yeah.
Not by telling them fucking what to do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they did that to me.
They did that to me. Right? They told me,
oh,
do this. But I did what I seen them do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was adopted when I was a baby. I grew up with an adopted, in an adopted family. And, my parents adopted me when I was a baby. My biological mom was mentally ill. And so like my actual bloodline, you know, there's just a lot of like trauma issues just for generations. And I started realizing that at one point. I'm like, and you know, I've been known to go through a lot of trauma and I still have a lot of healing to do. But with that being said, it's like I was sitting there one day and I'm like, dude, if I keep up this trauma and I don't know if I can't figure out how to regulate my emotions and my stress and stop drinking and stop using, like, I'm just going to pass this on to my kids. Like, it's a possibility. They might not, you know, some kids don't, but like, that was a big turning point for me too, was to like, you know what, I got to get myself right. And that's just, that's how my experience turned out. You know, I bettered myself. And my whole life around me just started getting better and better bit by bit. And then my kids just are following in my footsteps and in their mom's footsteps too, because she's into physical fitness too. And she does a lot of cool shit. And my kids are blessed. So, and I'm really proud and happy to say that, because it could be a lot different if I never got my shit together.
Yeah. So true that.
I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm still learning day by day. And yeah.
Right on, man.
Been an amazing journey. So,
so
what else is going on, man?
I guess one other thing is, you guys take supplements?
I take, let's see here. I do drink pre-workout, which I don't recommend it. Doing that.
Everyone's low.
Yeah. I take pre-workout.
I'm not on steroids. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm definitely not on steroids. And yeah, let's talk about steroids. You know, okay, let's talk about steroids, because I've done steroids. Steroids are bad. Okay. Steroids are not good. You can call it whatever you want to call it. They can say whatever you want to call it, but it changes your mental state. Mm. It is not fucking healthy. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And I did steroids and I bodybuilded and stuff like that for a while, man. And I was doing, Tren. I didn't cycle off it. And that's when I got the RA, the rheumatoid arthritis, is from that. And I definitely don't recommend it. So people could say whatever you want, but it definitely changes your mental state.
Yeah. Who wants to just get, like, in my head, this is how I think. I'm like, who just wants to get all big, buff, and stay stiff? Like, that does not sound appealing to me.
It's not appealing, man. And that's the thing, is that I don't do it for, I used to do it because I had to look good. I had to be the biggest. Because all these things, because I wasn't well myself, you know, and now I don't really care what I look like. I do it because it feels good.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to live a long fucking time, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying I want to live till 120. Like I seen an old man, dude.
You just want to be old and feel good.
I want to be right. So I seen this old man at the gym and and he could barely walk and this or that. Or I see old people around and I was like, dude, I better step it up. I better stop. I better start eating like all raw foods. I go, because I want to live a long time, but I do not ever want to be like having to be taken care of, you know, or not being moving around, you know, and that's being selfless also. Because, you know, we sit here, you know, okay, you raise your kids, right? You eat like shit, you know, but you put them through college and you did all these things, right? Also eating like shit, you're passing that trauma on to your kids.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? On how you eat, right? Now the kids, they grow up, they start their own life, they have a family, and now they have to take care of you. Because you were selfish, because you wouldn't man up, because you wouldn't do the things for yourself to make yourself better. Now your kids are, do you know how many stories I know of kids and they're watching there's this one couple, man, and she has her mom at home now and she had her leg amputated because of eating carbs or whatever it was. And she wouldn't stop and she just kept eating it. I'm sorry, but selfish, man. It's selfish, but it's not just selfish because they're not aware. There's a struggle. Their struggle's real. They're not aware, dude, of it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I can't necessarily. We all have our demons. You know, they're not aware of it, but I mean, we all have a responsibility, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? We have a responsibility, bro, and people got to take responsibility, man, for their lives. You know, and know that their lives are worth living. Absolutely. You know, because if they knew that, they wouldn't do it. That's what I'm saying when I see somebody like that and they're on medication and eating like shit. And it's like, bro, I just want to tell you, like, dude, life is so good. Like your life is worth it, but they got to know that life is worth it or they're not going to want to change. Yeah. Yeah. Like the spirit, like I've said this before, like the spirit that we have in our bodies, it's our spirit of life, right? It's our spirit. It's us. It's our energy that we can't see. But what's holding it? Our bodies are, and it's all connected. So if we want to stay fit, it's all connected. Like, why wouldn't you take care of your temple? You know what I mean? Yeah, but like I said, people don't know that because everybody else around them is eating like shit and everybody else is drinking and everybody else, you know, they have to take care of it. So again, it's their subconscious mind is programmed that way, right? So they don't know anything else. Who programs them that way? This is normal. We're not going down that road. We're not going down that road. Let's go down that road. We know you love to go down that rabbit hole, bro, but we're not going down that rabbit hole, man. Yeah.
What are their names? We'll have some controversial topics in a later podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
But yeah, I tried.
We'll get canceled later, bro.
I tried.
And that's why I like doing this, man, because, you know, then hopefully somebody can hear it, you know, because it's so, you just imagine it like somebody like that's just in misery and then to have a change.
Yeah. Like I
would
said,
love to like interview some people.
Yeah,
that have done that. You know what I mean? That have changed their lives in that way, man. That would be super cool because I love those stories.
I got a list of people that have done that.
Like I said, I mean, not that I was like obese and dying, but that's what happened to me. Was I was on the internet and I heard people talking about, you know, the importance of being fit and eating healthy, and that helped me. It pushed me, right? That's amazing. And like those are the things that we want coming from the internet, not all the other shit that's brainwashing people or leaving people to just lay on their beds and rot watching, you know, bullshit TikToks until they die, but like shit that can inspire you, right? So like there's good that can come out of the internet, and hopefully by having these discussions, we're bringing some of that good.
Yeah, and not everybody has to be like a complete savage, you know. I mean, that's just a way like I am, like, for myself. I like to push myself to the limit, see if I could go even further than that and that type of thing. But even just going to the gym and just doing a light workout, like the goal for some people is just to start feeling good, you know? And all it takes sometimes is just to do some jumping jacks, do some push-ups, get that blood flowing. And it's just amazing how much, I mean, I could speak for myself, and I've also said this before, like I wake up sometimes and I'm just like, every reason in my head, I'm trying to convince myself why I don't need to go to the gym, why I had such a gnarly workout the day before, and I'm all this shit, and I'm going through all this other stuff in my head just driving me nuts. And then I finally am just like, what am I doing? This is like almost a daily thing for me.
Yeah.
And then finally I get up off my ass. I put my running shoes on, go for a jog, just like what Carlos said, dude. Right in the middle of it, I'm like, dude, I start feeling great. And afterwards, I'm so thankful that I did it. And then it sets my whole day, dude. It just clears my whole nervous system. It's just, it forces you to breathe. It forces you to stay in the now and not think about this or that. So it's just doing something is just incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it starts with just waking up and stretching in the morning,
bro.
like if that's the first thing you want to do, or like you guys do a lot of yoga, like that could be a really good first thing for people to do, right? Like just doing things that are light. That could be that first step, right?
Yeah, just putting yourself in the energy of it.
Yeah.
So even if you go to yoga and you just go lay on your mat, right? That's a start. You know what I mean? And you just get around the energy of it. You know, you start by getting around the energy of it. Go to the gym, walk on the treadmill.
Yeah.
But just start getting around the end. You got it's what you're surrounding yourself with too, man.
Right. And we've talked about that before. Like you're a product of your own environment. I know that sounds cliche and everyone says it, but it's so freaking true.
Or like suit up and show up. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
put your boots on and just get in there.
Yeah, just fucking do it, man. Just do it. Like you say, just take action. Just fucking take action. Just stop making up fucking excuses. You know what I mean? Stop making up fucking excuses. There's people counting on you. You're counting on you. Your family's fucking counting on you. You know what I mean? And just do it.
Yeah. I like that. Stop making excuses. Like if you don't do it, at least take accountability for not doing it and say, I fucked up. I didn't do something that I told myself I would do. And then, and then get yourself back to taking the action to actually do it.
Yeah. And like I've said before, it just beats down on your spirit more. When you sit here and you want to change and you're watching these fucking videos, right? And then you're beating yourself up because you didn't do it.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Why all that fucking misery, man?
Yeah.
Why all that self-misery?
Yeah. It's
self-inflicted pain for what? Right. But, and I'm not saying like it's so easy because I've been in that trap, you know what I mean? But dude,
shit, I go through that trap.
Yeah.
All the time.
Dude,
that's why I got to maintain. That's what keeps me going.
Yeah. And it is true. Sometimes you just got to tell yourself not to be a bitch.
Dude, that's Tony, I
use that shit sometimes.
That's my main quote. That's
the thing. He'll be like, stop being, you know what I mean? And that's the fucking thing. It's like, man the fuck, at the same time, we're talking like all this spiritual stuff and all this stuff, but man the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like man the fuck up, heal that trauma, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do some inner work, go do some fucking push-ups, but man the fuck up. I tell
myself that shit daily. Like just eventually I'm just like, Tony, just quit being a little bitch. That's what Joe Rogan says too. He's like, everybody's got an inner bitch.
Yeah.
And then once you conquer that one, you got another inner bitch.
Right.
they just keep coming, and then you just keep conquering that inner bitch because we all have that inner bitch that's like, oh, fucking, it's just like, but that's life, right? I mean, like without that, we wouldn't want to push forward. We wouldn't, there would be no drive. So like I've said before, it's kind of like that yin and yang. It's like, it works together.
Yeah.
It shapes us.
Right.
Right. So,
but sometimes that's what people need to hear too. You know what I mean? It's not watering it down. Just fucking man up, man.
Just fucking get there.
Man up. That's what, that's what, that's what I tell people too, bro. Like I became a solution person.
Yes.
Right? Like I don't talk problems. Like you can come to me and we can talk about our problem once, but then we're speaking solution.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And after we spoke solution a couple of times, if you're not taking action, I'm not fucking with you anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it starts, even my own kids know that, dude. Right. Like, okay, we've discussed the problem. Okay. We're discussing solution. And I'll be like, all right, we're taking action now. That's enough fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, cause I've noticed personally, I've spent tons of time in the past and it's not. And so what helped me is I become a solution person. I talk to other people who are solution people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Because when we start complaining and the victim mentality and all that shit, is a blockage from getting you where you need to be and to getting healthy and to getting into shape.
Yeah.
So stop talking about it and fucking do it.
Yeah. There's a couple, right? You could either, quit being a little bitch, get your ass in there and just do it. Some people need to hear that. And another thing that I've found that's like, that works tremendously for people is just giving people confidence, bro. Do you know how good confidence feels? Like when you like because so many people are in that mindset of like, no, I don't know, I can't. And it's just like, no, you can. Like you help them believe in themselves. Like that's what I like to do is just like, nah, you got this shit, bro. Easy, dude. Easy peasy. You know, just like get them in that flow until they realize, oh, you know what? And like, dude, that shit fucking goes. That's what we do when we skate. I grew up skating my whole life, and like we're sitting there filming a guy trying to do a trick over and over and over. We're not sitting there and going like, oh, you suck or whatever. You know, it's just like, nah, fool, next try, you got this shit right here, and everybody's just on that vibe. Come on, nope, next one. Oh, he messed up again. Oh, no, all right, right here, fool. We know this is the one. And then finally, when they do it, oh, it's the
so definitely building people up, man.
It's the sickest, bro. I love it, dog.
Definitely building people up.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like that.
And getting a gym partner. So if you haven't been to the gym, if you know somebody that's been in the gym, that's great. I always have way better workouts when I never work out with anybody.
Like a spotter.
When you got a spotter, you got somebody motivating you. So if you know somebody that works out, call them up. I'm sure they would be happy to fucking help you.
Even if it's only like, you know, you may not be able to meet up every freaking session, but like even if it's one day a week, like I have a guy that we meet up every Thursday morning and we do leg day.
Nice.
And we meet up at 4:30 a.m. and we pump that shit out, do some squats, some calf raises, whatever.
Yeah.
And that helps me motivate myself for the rest of the week. And like prior to that, I didn't have anyone to work out with. And it felt good to meet up with someone and go push each other. My workouts are way better when I have someone there working out with me saying, fucking one more.
Got that confidence. You got that extra.
Doesn't it feel good?
Energy.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't it feel good when you push one more? It's just,
Yep.
it's like, fuck, you're succeeding here. You're going to fucking succeed in life in the same way. You can use that in everything in your life.
I used to love having workout partners, dude. But for the past like year and a half, bro, I've just been on this weird journey, but on my own.
I do it on my own too.
Like I used to watch a lot of like, I felt like I was stuck in chains because I'd be watching YouTube videos like, oh no, this is the proper way to do it. Oh no, that guy's, he's lying. This is the way to do it. This is the way to do a curl. That guy's an idiot and blah, blah, blah. Finally, I was like, you know what? Screw all that, dude. I'm going to find out intuitively what I know that I need to do. And that was the best decision I ever made because now I go in the gym. I have so much fun. I'm here. I'm there. Like I'm fucking bouncing around everywhere, dude. Just doing what I know I need to do and just creating, you know, it's a cool little art form, man. I fucking love it, dude.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a good point. Like, there's a lot of people that are going to tell you a lot of shit about how you should be doing things. It gets people
stuck.
And, like, don't get me wrong. When you're actually working out, form is important. Don't fucking hurt yourself. But, like, don't let someone tell you, like, oh, you're freaking doing that wrong because they would do it differently.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, take advice from people.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But you know, don't let any limitations stop you from going out and doing it.
Yeah, I like what you said though, because I hate it when I'm working out with somebody and they're like, oh no, you're not going down all the way, you're not doing it right, and in my head I'm like, I'm not even trying to do what you think I should be doing, so just shut up.
I don't even have any goals.
God,
you know what I mean?
dude.
So it's like, I know. So I'm working out. I just go.
Yeah.
I just do whatever. I don't even have a technique or whatever it is, man. You know,
just get that shit, bro. Get that shit, figure it out.
True that.
Yeah, bro.
It's cool though. It really helps though when like I love the mental aspect of it. Dialing like whatever muscle you're working out, you just dial in your mind on the muscle.
Yeah,
like the more you
shit.
Focus on it, it's just like you fucking I love working out, bro. It feels great. Today was one of those slow days for me at the gym, dude. Like I got there thinking in my head like I'm gonna crush it today, and I got there and like. Dude, for the first like 30 minutes, I finally had to, I started off all slow and it just kept going slow. And I'm like, I had to realize and just get honest with myself. Well, this is where I'm at. It's okay. Cause I started realizing I wasn't having fun. You know what I mean? And then I was just like, you know what? I'm at where I'm at. So I just started chilling, going lighter. And then all of a sudden, boom, I got like the second win and it hit me. And then I started crushing it. And I was like, dude, I love that. Sometimes I just got to get honest with myself and then just be in the now and just work with what I got. And then, man, it just does its thing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That kind of shit would happen to me in skateboarding too. Like I'd go to skate and in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do all these tricks and I'm going to hit this set right now and do this and that. And I get there and I'm way amped up and ahead of myself. And like, I'm just getting so frustrated. And then like, I'm just like, what am I doing? And then I'm just going to have fun. I'm just going to roll around, enjoy the sound of the wheels on the floor, go skate a curb. And I'm like, there it is. Now I'm having fun. And then you go hit the set and you do it. Because
hell yeah.
About getting in that flow.
Yep. So we're coming close to wrap up time, but this one was good for people. I think, man. I think
that was good for me,
I
man.
think anyone who sees this, we hope we motivate you, because we've all been through it where it's difficult to get off our ass and do what we know we're supposed to be doing for ourselves. So this is good content, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. It was a great conversation, dude. I mean, this just talking to you guys definitely inspired me to keep doing what I'm doing and
stop being a bitch.
Stop being a little
I
bitch.
definitely won't be missing the gym tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'm going right now with my son for the second time.
That's right. That's dope. That's dope. So once again, I'll mention we have social media pages. Find us on Instagram.com/breaking boundaries, youtube.com/the @breaking boundaries -pod. We have a TikTok.com/breaking boundaries pod, but I don't know if that shit's gonna be around anymore. So
it will.
We'll see.
Trump ain't gonna let it go.
Yeah, they're saying he's gonna save it. Yeah. So visit us on our pages. We post every Tuesday. Every Tuesday an episode comes out. So keep your eyes out every Tuesday. Check YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And we will continue bringing you motivational content or whatever the fuck it is that we bring. But we love you guys, man.
Peace.
Later.